Day 3 of Browns training camp here in Berea. Another hot practice here in the afternoon. They will be back at it on Saturday in the morning and then an off day. And today we heard from the rookie quarterbacks, Shador Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. And of course, we'll start here. Mary Kay. Shador did address what Andrew Berry said about him speeding. Andrew, of course, called it not smart. The team has talked to him. But really, this was very much a Shador-style press conference today. Just loves being in front of the cameras, loves talking to us, and just embraces being here.
Yes, Shedeur really knows how to put on the show when the cameras come on. He's great for content. He knows it, and he really played to the cameras today. As far as the speeding is concerned, he said not only is he not going to speed, he's hardly even going to drive anymore. So drivers out there on the road, you're safe. Go for it. And then just in terms of a few other things real quick, he's not worried about the fact that he's not working with the starters, and he is ready to go out there and do whatever he can to try to win this starting job, not worrying about the minutia of who he's going against.
Ashley, it was a very kind of chaotic press conference, too. There was a car alarm going off in the background. It was kind of messy, but Shador handled it the way Shador always handles it.
Yeah, and there's video of that up on a short form on our YouTube channel. You can see it. Like, I thought he very much took it in stride. He made a joke about it. I mean, every time we talk to him, you see that personality that is a big part of the reason why he has been as famous as he's been in recent years, why he was a celebrity before he was ever drafted here. And I thought today the theme from both rookie quarterbacks was really what Mary Kay was getting at, that they're taking things that they can control, and those are the things they are concerning themselves with. They're not worrying about where they are in the pecking order necessarily, and I think they both really kind of said all the right things in that regard today.
And of course we heard from Dillon Gabriel too, and Mary Kay. Every time Dillon Gabriel talks, I think this, I could just imagine him and Kevin Stefanski sitting in Kevin's office just throwing coachisms and coach speak back and forth at each other. He is just very focused, very calm. It's sort of what you'd expect from him, kind of based on what we know about him coming out of college. He's very smart when it comes to the game of football. This was just it's almost the polar opposite of Shadore Sanders.
Yes, absolutely. But I need to back up for one quick second on a Shadore Sanders moment that happened right before his press conference started. I caught him when he came out and they were walking him over to his podium. He noticed that Jerome Baker, the linebacker and Cleveland native, was on the other podium doing his interview. And Shadore very quietly said to the two PR guys that he was with, I saw him motion to them and say, no, I'm not going, while Jerome's talking. And I thought that was so cool. He just waited it out, and then he stood up to the podium and he talked. We did ask him about it at that point. But this was not something he did for show. He did not know anybody was watching. I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I just thought it was a window into Shadore's personality and the respect that he showed for a veteran. I thought that was really cool. As you mentioned, Dillon Gabriel, complete opposite, just sort of at least in front of the cameras right now, not putting on the show, not trying to make a headline, putting his head down, doing his job. I mean, he's got personality, but he's a little bit more subdued. But I will tell you what, he's doing a really, really nice job out on the football field. Very solid, very efficient.
And Ashley, he's very just introspective when you talk about the competition and, you know, the three other guys he's competing with. He basically said the competition is with myself. He's not really, or at least when he talks to us, he's not really worrying about the other three guys.
Yeah, I mean, really, I think both of them kind of got after that today when we heard from them. So I'm not surprised, knowing how the Browns typically handle these things, what we saw from both of them when they came in after the draft and were at rookie minicamp, and when we talked to them right before summer started. So they're handling it, I think, about as well as you could, given the positions they're both in.
Now, on the field, of note today, Shadore Sanders did get some second-team reps. I know people have been clamoring to see him get some opportunity higher up the depth chart, and there was an 11-on-11 period today, Mary Kay, where he got some second-team reps. So got an opportunity to work with a little more talent on the field.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. I mean, if you're going to make a competition out of this, a fair competition, and give him a chance to show what he can do, he has to play with a little bit higher of a level of teammates around him and supporting cast. And he got to do that today, and I thought that was really good. It's a good first step, and maybe he'll get more of that in the next week or so to remain relevant in this competition. If he doesn't get that, that will be a tell. We'll know that, you know, maybe they aren't thinking about him as being in the thick of it as we move forward, but I thought it was a good first step.
Yeah, and some of this could be the coaching staffs trying to figure out what they're comfortable with as they come off this off day in a couple of days. Are we comfortable giving him some second team reps? Well, he looked okay when he got that opportunity, Ashley, so maybe we will see some more of it.
Yeah, I thought he did. And again, on day 2, I felt like the problem was when he was throwing to equipment guys and having a center snap him the ball who was having issue getting the snap off. It wasn't putting him in the best position to truly fairly evaluate him. So at least we got to see a period like that today. And of course, the important day is really going to be Sunday when they don't have practice. Kevin Stefanski, Tommy Reese, quarterback coach Bill Musgrave, everyone huddling up and figuring out how they're going to approach next week. So we'll see how different it looks, if at all.
Okay, a couple injury notes. Jerome Ford is working his way back. We did see him working out today while the press conferences were going on. He did not practice, but he's getting close. Unfortunately, that wide receiver room starting to get thin. Michael Woods dealing with a hand injury, and Cedric Tillman left practice today. We'll see if that's anything long-term, if that'll keep him out for a little while. But Mary Kay, that wide receiver room starting to get thin.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of a little bit like the running back room. So they need to get some of their skill players back. But yes, the wide receiver room is a little bit of a concern right now. Hopefully for the Browns, when we come back out here tomorrow morning, Cedric Tillman will be back out there in full force. Maybe Mike Woods, he's got a hand injury. Maybe he'll work his way back in. But they did sign a wide receiver today to kind of make up for Mike Woods being out, and they need it because there's still two spotting. That's splitting the fields, 2 quarterbacks and 2 quarterbacks, and they need as many bodies as they can get at wide receiver. And I don't want us to forget that Jordan Hicks retired today. And I know that we all really, really liked working with Jordan Hicks. He's everything that you would want in a player. If a team had 53 Jordan Hicks, that team would be very, very successful. Great guy, great player, and best of luck to him in his next endeavor.
Yeah, great guy in the locker room, and a guy that I always noticed he just played really hard, so much so that after that loss in Cincinnati last year, that's basically what I wrote about. Instead of anything about the game, I talked to Jordan, like, why does this still matter to you? Why do you still care to play this hard? So just a great guy, and certainly a guy that the Browns will miss.
Well, and the thing that I will always remember about him, which I know, Dan, you reposted your story about it from last year, like he's the guy that knew he was going to have to go to the hospital because it was an infection in his arm. And he knew he was going to have to go to the hospital, played the whole game, checked himself into the hospital after. Like, it's just so rare, I think, that you find a guy with that type of mindset. And he was great for this room. And again, that linebacker room is just wide open right now for a guy like Carson Schwessinger, the rookie, and even a guy like Mahmoud Diabate, who's played over the last couple of years, but big chances to step up now.
Another area, too, that just is starting to get very thin very quickly. So we'll keep an eye on that as camp goes along. Full coverage of everything that happened here in Berea at cleveland.com/Browns.